2021 was another crazy year for residential real estate. I'd like to provide you a market update looking back at 2021 sales along with some projections for 2022. My name is Michael Resevi with Keller Williams, coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. And the four things I'd like to cover in this video are: number one, home sales, residential home sales in the greater Raleigh area. Number two, lumber prices, inflation, and mortgage interest rates. So first off, let's start with looking at some of the home sales data. And this comes from what's called the TAR report. And in the TAR report, they specifically looked at median home sales for all of 2020. And the median home sales for 2020 in the greater Raleigh area was 341,000. When you look at the median home sales through November of 2021, it went from $350 up to $422,000 for the median home sale. That's up 21% in 1 year. Now remember, a normal year is 3 to 5%. In Raleigh, we tend to be a little higher, the 4 to 5%, but that's a good year if home prices are up. And just in the last 5 years alone, when you look at appreciation rates, homes in this market in Raleigh are up close to around 50% appreciation rates, which is just outstanding. So if you look at price per square foot, in the beginning of this year, February, the average price per square foot, median price per square foot was around $167. In November, last month, the median price per square foot averaged $200 a square foot. Days on market in the homes that did not have a price increase, that remained at their offer price, about anywhere from 7 to 8 days on market for days on market. And then percent over asking, again, for the homes that didn't have a price change, it was about 5% above asking price. When there was a price change or a price reduction, the average as a whole was about 3% above asking. So let's transition over into lumber. So lumber has had a tumultuous year. It's been very volatile. In pre-pandemic time, lumber prices were about $300 to $350 per 1,000 board foot. In May of this past year, it actually topped out over $1,700 priced per board foot. And it then crashed in the summer, came down to just under $600, and then it creeped back up, and we're currently sitting at around $1,100, again, price per 1,000 board foot. And the prediction is that this year it's going to continue to remain in 2022 at around that $1,100 range. They say that there is a labor shortage, but also there's such a strong demand on building that supplies is driving up the price. Let's talk about inflation. Inflation, and this comes from the U.S. inflation calculator. January of this past year, they were suggesting we might have inflation. Well, as it turns out, here we are in December, and inflation has hit a 39-year high. You got to go back to 1982 to find inflation as bad as it is right now. In December, it hit 6.8%, and it's not showing any signs of slowing down. When you look at just the last 10 years alone, inflation has averaged about 1.7%, with a range of 0.7 to 3%. In 2015, we were at 0.7%. In 2011, it was actually at 3%, but it averaged about 1.7. And right now, we're at 6.8%. So the government the Fed actually met on December 17th, and they announced they're going to actually have 3 rate hikes in 2022, with the earliest coming as soon as spring. Now, they did say that they could do those rate hikes earlier if the inflation continues to go out of control. So what does that mean for mortgage rates? Currently, mortgage rates are sitting at 3.1%, historically low. It's a great time to be buying. But when they do increase those rates, the mortgage rates will go up, and that will potentially quiet down the market a little bit on the buying side. But inventory remains pretty low right now, so still yet to be seen. So when you factor all this together, what does it really mean? Real estate tends to go in cycles, and it usually is about a 7-year cycle. And we've been in a strong market now for 9 years, almost 10 years straight. And with these rate hikes coming in 2022, we're due for a shift. Is this the time it's going to happen? Well, if somebody says they know, they'd be guessing, because nobody really knows. But with all being said, everything goes in cycles, and are we on the top of that cycle? We'll see. One last fact regarding Raleigh. This came from Realtor.com. They ranked Raleigh for 2022 as the number 24 out of the 100 biggest markets in the U.S. for the greatest, strongest potential for growth. They're predicting Raleigh to continue at over a 9% rate of growth. Nationally, again, 3 to 4% is kind of normal. They're predicting nationally that we'll still be at a strong rate, around 6% growth. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and you found some value in it. Again, my name is Michael Recipe with Keller Williams, coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. If you have any real estate questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And as always, have a fantastic day.